Hello, back with another vocal study video. Again, I am dipping into the pool of Drrn McSty videos from his Improve Your Voice channel. Or is he just Drrn McSty now? I don't know. He went through a couple of iterations, but yes, I'm doing one of his videos for my study this week. It's a pretty light one, though actually a fairly crucial one. It is How to Speak to Camera Pro Tips by Drrn McSty, which is 3 tips and a bonus. And his introduction here is, yes, we're talking to the camera, we're talking to a mechanical eye, but it is kind of crucial that you don't treat it like plastic, because then you're going to come off as very stiff and stale, like you're not actually talking to the viewer because you haven't got that. So here are the 3 tips. Should be a fairly quick video. First, tip number 1, focus on the lens. Focus on that eye. Yes, it is plastic. It is just like just a mechanical thing, but you're using that to communicate to a person who is watching the video. So try and focus on that. And he also makes the point of a lot of people, when he watches their videos, they've obviously got a viewfinder right here, and they're kind of checking themselves out, making sure they're okay. Hey, look, there's a friendly person I could talk to. But if they do that, then they're not actually talking to the viewer, the person who is there. Now, he does make the point that you also, because it's like talking to a person, if you were talking to a person and you just spent the whole time staring at the person unblinkingly, only focusing at them, never taking your eye off, that would creep you out as well. So it is all right that there is a little bit of, you make a motion or you kind of look over here, but you're always coming back to that person and talking to them. So it's a lot of this is learning how to treat this little lens here like it is the person that you are actually trying to communicate through your video. What I do, because I found that I'm doing this on my camera, so I've got this big picture of myself right here. I actually put something in between me and that, so I'm shielding myself from that. So I've got little arrows. I have little arrows pointing here to try and direct my eye, to try and remind me to come back to that lens. This little circle cut out here, that's where you want to focus your eye line to, not over focus. I think for me, it's going to be a matter of try and focus your eye there, but even if I try and really focus on it, I know I'm just going to kind of blink off it every once in a while. I kind of went back and forth of like, oh, I need to keep my focus. I need to keep my focus. But then you just come off as some creepy guy who's just over staring at the viewer in this case. So that's number 1, focusing on the lens, the eye. Number 2, which sort of follows through on this and is a lot of the philosophy behind number 1, is to imagine that you are talking to one person. You're directing your energy to that one person, and imagine that is a friend, family member, maybe even yourself. There's a lot of videos where I'm just, obviously like this one, I am talking to myself, but it's like, okay, I'm the friendly guy who's talking to myself, trying to, come on, Jay, you can do it. You can get better at this. Yay, good for you. So, but yeah, you that's what you're going for, is focusing on one person. Yes, you're hoping for multiple viewers, you're hoping to communicate to thousands, but really in the nature of this medium, it's somebody watching this it's a one-to-one connection, like radio. You're making that one connection to one person. You're not on the stage, which actually flows into his 3rd tip, which is focusing your energy. He does make the point of like, oh, when you are talking into a camera, especially on something like YouTube, but I would expect other media as well, you are not in front of an audience. You're not projecting out to a full audience where you might raise your voice. You might be a little bit more kind of forward. No, this is where you're going. It's more, you're talking to one person, and he was talking about imagining like your eyes and your mouth. There's like beams of light, and they're going into the camera to that one person, and it makes a difference with the kind of energy that you're producing. I mean, you can be big and brash, but you're being big and brash to one person, or you can just be intimate and hey, we're having a talk here, you one-on-one to a person, and that makes a big different energy than I am talking to the audience. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. That kind of thing. It's like, hey, friends, Romans, hey, you particular Roman, you particular countryman, let's have a talk here about this. What the hell happened with Caesar? That sort of shifts registers of energy. So that's something to keep in mind when you're communicating through a camera versus you are communicating on a stage, God forbid. Oof. So, and his final bonus tip, after giving his many pleas for, please leave a comment on this, please like and share, let's boost my thing, because he is a working guy on this channel, and he's trying to boost his numbers. I think he made that video about a year ago, and he was hoping to get to 50,000. I think he's at 140K right now, so he's doing well. It's obviously working. It's working for him. I didn't leave a comment because, yeah, it's not my thing. But he comes in with his bonus thing, which is camera slash. He says, yes, okay. His bonus thing is to get an idea of the register that you use. That when you're on camera, when you're on like just a little microphone like this, that over articulation can make you seem like you're talking down. If I am talking like this the entire video, carefully enunciating every word, it comes off as very kind of stiff and sterile. And that this is an intimate medium where you're talking one-on-one through the camera to one other person, and that coming across as cool, calm, collected, relaxed, that speaking naturally is what comes across well on a camera. Whereas, if I was on a stage and I was talking like this, like no one could hear me and it would be like mumbling. But in a camera situation where hopefully the mic is picking me up reasonably well, and my face is sort of right in your face, you want to talk in kind of that calm, cool, relaxed register where you're having a natural conversation. So, I think these are tips that kind of seem evident to me. There's something very much, I watch a lot of, primary focus is booktube videos, and it's all about getting to know an individual person and them being themselves, being fairly natural on the camera. A lot of the people who are more showmen, I don't react well to. Though some of them do quite well, but they're kind of your wacky entertainer friends. There's different registers for different types of people, even within booktube itself. And within booktube itself, there are people who are the big entertainers who I think they are in front of a huge audience, and they're gee whiz and all this stuff. But there's other people who are just like, I just got out of bed, and man, this book that I just read, I'm having so much trouble with it. And and you can really kind of connect on that level. Whereas maybe, I don't know, for booktube, but for other stuff, it's like, yeah, you entertainers, and it is more of a stage thing. And considering I am going definitely for, I'm not an entertainer, as you can tell, I'm just going for, I want to be able to communicate one-on-one to people about what I'm interested in, what I love, mostly books, sometimes other things. That these are all worthwhile tips. So yes, to reiterate, focusing on the lens, imagining one person, focusing that energy, and also being aware you're on camera in a kind of an intimate setting, relaxed, natural voice. Gee, see, I could just clip out that last little bit there, and that would be a quick summation of the thing. But the nature of these vocal study videos is that I watch the video, I take notes, and then I just try and work it through and try and kind of integrate it into my own practice. And hopefully do it while I practice what I preach as I'm trying to figure it out. Practice what I'm preaching, go like, oh, do I do all that? I mean, are crazy hand gestures a little too much for what's, hey, we're just having a conversation between friends. But you know, you can be animated in that. It's just I'm not kind of silliness like that. That's, well, which might it's got its place. You know, people who can do that well, not me, but people who can do that well, it's got its place. All right, that has been my vocal video study video for this week. All right, I've been Jay. More videos later.